Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 weekly reset video. My name is Story, and today is June the 2nd, which means only one thing. We're running up until June the 9th, which will be the start of the new season. So how's everyone doing? Good. Right then, let's get on with what we've got to do in Destiny 2 this week then. If you're new to the game, welcome. Pull up a pew and pour yourselves a brew because this is the tower map. We have a shufty at this because all these icons represent vendors, and vendors are quite a handy thing to wrap your head around in the beginning of the game because they issue bounties, challenges, quests, and all kinds of things that will lead to the path of receiving rewards and precious loot. And it's all about that precious loot. For example, if we have a look at the Gunsmith over here, he has a weekly challenge. Complete 8 of his bounties and you will get some powerful gear at tier 1. Powerful gear comes in a number of tiers: tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and pinnacle. Pinnacle is the top stuff. That's the highest level power boost that you'll possibly get. There are some other vendors here that will also have challenges for 8 bounties that will get you powerful gear as well. We've got one for the Crucible, that's player versus player, and then we've got one here for the Vanguard, dealing with all your strikes and nightfalls and whatnot. There's the Gambit Drifter Man with the Tash and the Ding Ding Ding, 8 bounties there. And if you're a member of a clan, you can earn some XP, 5,000 of, and get some powerful gear at tier 2 there from Hawthorne. So there you go. Those are vendors, the little icons, and they're very friendly and very nice. Moving on, let's have a look at our destinations. This is the director screen, and it is a key to all the lands of the universe and Destiny. And we start with the Vanguard playlist. We've got 4 items on the menu. The daily heroic story missions are basically replaying story missions from previous campaigns. You won't get any powerful loot for that stuff, but you will get some XP and all the same chances at in-game drops such as legendary engrams and exotic engrams. However, in the Vanguard Strike section, we've got our first weekly challenge in the Vanguard playlist. Strikes completed, 3 of, using the same subclass element as the currently active elemental burn, and that'll get you pinnacle loot. So that's the top daddy-o stuff, the top level stuff right there. So that's 3 strikes completed using a subclass element as the currently active elemental burn. You can have a look at what that is right here. That's Arc Singe. So this week up until next Tuesday and the start of the next season is Arc Singe. So that means you need to equip an Arc subclass. So now we've got Blackout and Grenadier as the daily modifiers, and they will rotate on a daily basis. Now we've got the Ordeal Nightfall. This is the big thing in terms of the Vanguard playlist, and this week it happens to be the Insight Terminus for the Ordeal Strikes. Now we've got 2 weeklies. One to just complete the activities, nothing really too taxing, and that will get you powerful gear at tier 1. Then there is Complete the Nightfall Ordeal with a team score above 100,000 points, and that will get you some pinnacle loot, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that amazing? Nice. Now there is the other Nightfall list, a playlist of just standard Nightfalls. There's always 3 of them to choose from for the week. We've got Tree of Probabilities, Will of the Thousands, and Broodhold. Now some of these strikes have a specific piece of loot, and if you happen to grind the strike over and over again, the more you do it, the higher your chances are at getting said specific piece of loot. For example, the Tree of Probabilities has a legendary hand cannon called the DFA, the Dedicated Farming Award. The Worm God, this is the Worm God Caress, or the Worm God Incarnation, is a transmat effect that you'll get from Will of the Thousand. So that's just a transmat effect from there. And Broodhold gets you nothing. So there you go. That is the Vanguard playlist for this week. What else is there? We got some Gambit. It's your favorite. We've got the Reckoning. This is a PvE style activity with 3 different tiers. We've got Arc Singes, the modifier for the week, and there's Heavyweight for the modifier for the day. Then there's Gambit here. Complete Gambit matches, 3 of for some pinnacle loot. You can choose from Gambit Normal or Gambit Prime as your options. Either or. That's not pinnacle loot from this playlist and this list. They are combined together. There you go. So there's the Gambit playlist. Crucible this week, we've got 2 types of playlists, Rotator playlists, and these consist of these top 2 here. We've got Team Scorched and Showdown. Those are your available possibilities for the Rotator matches this week, Showdown and Team Scorched. Then we've got the Core playlists, which consists of Rumble, Control, elimination, survival, freelance survival, and classic mix. We've also got private matches if you want to 1v1 your nan, for example. There you go. But core playlists will get you pinnacle loot, whereas rotated playlists will get you only powerful gear at tier 1. What else is there to do in Destiny 2 this week? Well, we've got a Flashpoint, and that happens to be on the EDZ. What's a Flashpoint? Well, if you have a look at Devrim here, with his stern beard and piercing eyes and steaming hot cup of tea, he will give you a progress bar of activities completed for powerful gear at tier 1. So merely just get involved in public events, loot lost sectors, and watch this bar go up to the top and burst with loveliness and for your powerful gear at tier 1. There you go. So that is the Flashpoint, and that is on the European Dead Zone this week. What else is there? Well, over on Mars, if you're interested still, there is Escalation Protocol. It's a 7-wave Horde mode style event, and at the end of it, you'll get some loot that you may be after for your collections, for example, or just for the experience. And that is a piece of armor, as well as the Ikelos weapons. Now, this week, it's all 3 weapons happen to be dropping or have a chance of dropping from this event. So that's the shotgun, the sniper, and the SMG, if you're interested in that. Okay. What else? Well, we've got the moon, which is full of festivities. We've got plenty to do over here. For example, as we were just talking about Escalation Protocol, the updated version over in Sorrow's Harbour, Altar of Sorrow, there it is. And this is another Horde mode style event with 7 waves, and at the end of it is a big boss. And if you defeat that boss, you will get a weapon. And depending on what boss it is, will depend on what weapon you get. There is a boss that will deliver a rocket launcher, a kinetic slug shotgun, or a sniper rifle. Isn't that great? What else is there? We've got Nightmare Hunts. The weeklies for the Nightmare Hunts. The challenges here are complete any Nightmare Hunt activities. All difficulties tiers grant progress, so you can get some powerful gear at tier 1 for that. And then the big one for the pinnacle loot is complete a Nightmare Hunt on Master difficulty. Master difficulty is quite juicy because it's a recommended level of 1030 power. So there you go. Look, there it is. There's also more pinnacle chances in the Pit of Heresy. You get some pinnacle gear for completing this dungeon, which is lots of fun. There's also the Garden of Salvation raid. It's a 6-person activity for pinnacle loot as well. Vendors down here will also administer some powerful gear at tier 1. If you happen to kill 30 nightmares defeated in the Altars of Sorrow, so get stuck in there, defeat 30 nightmares, and you get some powerful gear at tier 1. As well as replaying the memory crest from Eris Morn, if I can English properly. That's powerful gear at tier 1. Also, there's also a story mission up here that will get you some powerful gear at tier 1 to do. And yeah, and then of course the bunker business as well. Your daily bunker business will get you some weeklies. Where is it? Is it always IO? No. So it's got to be EDZ bunker. Yeah, there it is. The weekly challenge there. Powerful gear at tier 3 as well if you complete 2 of the weekly bounties from Rasputin. So there you go. That is the run-of-the-mill of all the things that are available in Destiny 2 for this week. Oh, Dreaming City. We might as well do this while we're here. We're in week 1 of the Curses, and the Ascended Challenge is in the Gardens of Essalus. That's down here somewhere. So hop on over to Petrovenge, blow her a kiss, and get your bounties and go and do the challenges and whatnot. There's also an older dungeon, Shattered Throne, very lovely graphics, everything beautiful. If you want to be into that, and the Last Wish raid that just gets legendary gear. No pinnacles there, I'm afraid. But anyway, we're going to hop on over to the Gunsmith and have a look at his stuff, because if you're new to the game, this is a good vendor to have a peruse of, because he will give you some weeklies. We've got 2 weekly bounties here. Once completed, they will give you XP, Glimmer, and upgrade modules. You'll need those to upgrade and infuse your gear. Then there's daily bounties here, which will reward XP, mod components, and enhancement cores. You'll need those to upgrade your gear yet again as well. And then there's additional bounties for XP and whatnot there. You can also cash in some materials to get packages. And then we've got material exchange. Now, there's always an armor mod, and there is always a weapon mod, and they reset each daily reset. So if you don't like the look of these, just wait 24 hours, okay? So at the moment, we've got heavy-handed for the armor, and then we've got counterbalance stock for the weapons. There's also materials that you can exchange for more materials. As you can see, I'm very low on Glimmer. I'm a bit poor, so I need to get back into the grind. But anyway, there you go. That is the Gunsmith. Other vendors, we're going to run over to the Crucible vendor because explaining bounties and whatnot right here, this is a good example. If we go to Shaxx, his weekly bounties right here will award Crucible tokens, Valor rank points, Glimmer, and Bright Dust. Why is Bright Dust important? You can also earn it from additional bounties here. Bright Dust can be spent in Eververse because we're going to have a look at Eververse right now. So you can either spend real money by buying silver, or you can spend your Bright Dust on the cosmetic items here, and there's always lots to choose from. For example, the weekly offerings this week, we've got Sate's Vocation, a very shiny silver ship. That's available for real monies. Then we've got prized ivory ornament for the Allstringer. I love this ornament. I think it's great. There's the Almost Mighty Shell, which is a bit of a parody. And then we've got the up high, down low multiplayer emote, Hood of the Exile projection, and then Heaven's Vigil weapon ornament for the Vigilance Wing. So if you missed that, that's from a previous season. I like the fact that they introduced these old ones from previous seasons. Then we've got some more featured stuff down here, cosmetic items, transmat effects. We've got Necrosis weapon ornament for Recluse. There's the Carry the Load. Having a look at my shopping business right there. And then there is the Shifting Loyalties ornament for Dust Rock Blue Shotgun. It's very nice, fallen, lovely. And then there's the seasonal stuff here. It's packed full of armor, Eververse armor and finishers and ornaments for exotics, as well as emotes and all that kind of stuff. So items may become unavailable for purchase after the season ends. So if there's only one more week left of the season, so if there's anything that you want now, you better have it. Then there's the archive for the stuff that didn't go away from previous seasons that you can buy, as well as the Bright Dust section. So if you're farming your Bright Dust, this is the section that you'd be interested in. This week we've got Shoulder Hug, CLVS 241 Shell, the All-In Weapon Ornament for Ace of Spades, the Urban Commander Exotic Sparrow, and then Obsidian Wings Exotic Ship, the Helm of the Exile projection, goes projection there, as well as the All Right Let's Go emote, as well as some transmat effects, shaders, and consumables. There you go. And that wraps up the weekly reset, June 2nd up until June 9th. We've got 1 week left of Season of the Worthy. I hope you have some fun with that. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and remember, smoke us a kipper. We'll be back for breakfast.